Glorified be the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Elohim, the Ancient of Days, the Mighty I Am, the Most High. Glorified be His only begotten, our Lord Adonai Mashiach Yahweh Shai, and glorified be the Rokah Kadash, Kwam Jasharala. Greetings to the hopeful elect. All right, family, we're going to do 2nd Esdras chapter 6. This one comes deep, man. It's pretty much where we left off. You know what I'm saying? In chapter 5, Esdras asked, who visited the creation, you know what I'm saying? So let's just get edifying. He said to me, in the beginning of the earthly world, before the world exists, were made, before the gathering winds blew, before the voices of thunder sounded, before the flashes of lightning shone, before the paradise foundation, before paradise foundations were made firm, before the powers of movement were established, before the innumerable heavenly armies of angels were assembled as the chariots, you know what I'm saying, before the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, before Zion's footstool was established, before the present years were reckoned, before the imagination of those who now sin were alienated, before those who store up faith as a treasure were sealed. That's the elect, basically. He said a lot of deep things there. The earth, the air. You know what I'm saying, the foundations of the, the earth. Foundations of the firmament and whatnot. And he also said too that before the imagination of those who now sin. These are the wicked, the powers that be. The elite of the Edomites, the Hetans, and 2/3 of our people, and before those who store up faith as treasures. That's the hopeful elect and the elect. Okay, so it goes deep. Then I planned these things as they were done by me and not by another. So also the end will come by me and not through another. See, there you go. See, just as he made that, the ending he will also make through his hand. Will come by me and through another, and not through another. I answered, what separates the times? When is the end of the first and the beginning of that which follows? He said to me, from Abraham to Abraham, because Jacob and Esau were born from him. But Jacob's hand held Esau's heel from the outset. Esau represents the end of the age. You hear that? So we're living in the end of the age, you know what I'm saying? Esau's been in power, now, his power is coming to an end. And Jacob represents the beginning of the following. The beginning of the one man is his hand, and the end of the other man is his heel. Don't look for anything else between heel and hand. Ezra. I'm gonna stop it there, man. Just like in Genesis when it says, that saying that we will stomp his head and he will, and he will bite our heel. Hey, man, like it says right here, man, I'm going to read it right back again, man, so you can get it. Jacob represents the beginning of the following. The beginning of one man is his hand, and the end of the other man is his heel. Don't look for anything else between heel and hand. Yeah, man, because, our hand, which is our beginning, is the Most High's right hand, Mashiach Adonai Yahweh Shai. Okay, I answered, Supreme Lord, if only you look so favorably upon me that you will show your servant your final signs which you showed me in part on a previous night. He answered, get up on your feet, you'll hear a loud echoing voice. Don't be afraid if the place on which you stand is greatly moved. While the voice is speaking, since the word concerns the end, and since the foundations of the earth will understand the speeches about them, the place will tremble and shake, because it knows that it is destined to be transformed. When I heard, I rose on my feet and listened. There was a voice speaking, and it was like the sounds of water, sounds of deep waters. It said, look, there have coming when I will begin to come. The days are coming when I will begin to come near to visit those who live on the earth, when I will begin to examine those who unjustly afflict harm in their cruelty. Yeah, the wicked of Esau. When the humiliation of Zion is complete, when the seal is placed on the age that begins to pass away, I will perform these signs. Yeah, man, this is, you know, you know what I'm saying, the age passed away. And last time I remember, man, there's at least 1 or 2 earthquakes every day anywhere around the globe, man. So take heed to that, man. When it says here, scrolls will be open in view of the firmament, and out, and will see to that, and all will see together. Infants a year old will speak with their voices, and pregnant women will give birth to premature babies of 3 and 4 months. But they will live and dance. Fields that were not sown will suddenly appear. Sown in full, sown in full warehouses will suddenly be found empty. I'm gonna stop it there 1 minute. Hey man, he's talking about 1 year olds, premature babies. He's talking about the Israelites, man. Us, man, the Great Awakening, man. You know, you could be 1 year, 3 months, 4 months into this truth, man, and you already serve any worldly religion person when it comes to our scriptures, man. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to fix nothing because our glory power goes to the Most High, man. But we ain't gonna put many so-called, you know, Christians and Catholics to shame, man. You know what I'm saying? With our scriptures, man, and we didn't go to school to learn that, man. That's what it says here, that fields that were not sown, man, because we didn't go to school to learn none of this, man. The Rakakadesh, like Ezekiel 37 says, the dry bones live, man, has taught us this, man. You know what I'm saying? And it says here that suddenly, you know, appear, you know, and suddenly warehouses, full warehouses will suddenly be found empty. Yeah, man. Christianity and all these worldly religions, they don't have nothing for their congregation, man. They're worried about paying fees and penalties to this Edomite queendom. Alright, let's proceed. A trumpet will sound with a blast. When all hear it, they will suddenly be afraid. In that time, friends will make war on friends like enemies. The earth, along with those who live on it, will be terrified, and the source of rivers will stand still so that they don't run for 3 hours. Then everyone who is left after all these things that I have foretold you will be saved. These will see my deliverance in the end of my age. They will see the people who have been taken up and who haven't tasted death from their birth. The hearts of those who live on earth will be changed and converted to a different spirit. For evil will be raised and grief extinguished. Faith will flourish and corruption will be overcome. Truth that was without fruit for so long will be displayed. While he was still speaking with me, the place on which I stood was shaken. Little by little he said to me, I come to show you these things this night. If you ask further and fast again for 7 days, I will again declare daily to you greater things than these. Okay, I'm going to stop it there real quick. All right, man, there you go, man. He's basically saying that the people that he says, like when he says, you know, saying that after 3 hours, then everyone who is left after all these things that I have foretold you will be saved. That's the 1/3 remnant. Because see, the 144, you know what I'm saying, the hopeful lake, they're going to get lifted up, you know what I'm saying, and then the 1/3 remnant is going to overcome all these things and you know, unite with us. That's what it's saying, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between the 144, you know, that's the governing body, and the 1/3 remnant. But either side you're on, man. If you make one of those two groups, man, then, you know, glorify be how Hashem Yahushai, man. All right. Then these things, because the Most High has listened to you. The angels telling him, because the Most High has listened to your voice, the Mighty One has seen your virtue and perceived the humility you have had from your youth. Because of this, he sent me to show you all these things and to say to you, trust confidently and don't be afraid. Don't be hasty and don't think empty thoughts about the former times, lest you be hasty about the last times. All right, man, I'm going to stop there real quick, man. You know, like always, man, the Most High, you know, through our scriptures, you know, he'll send an angel, man, to speak to us or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You know, we understand that, you know, the heavenly bodies, you know what I'm saying, and the earthly man, everybody serves the Most High, man. All right, man, so the next part says the third dialogue, all right? After all this, I wept again and abstained from food for another 7 days to complete the 3 weeks that had been prescribed to me. Then on the 8th day, my heart was disturbed within me again, and I began to speak before the Most High. My spirit was greatly agitated, and my soul was troubled. Then I said, Lord, you spoke from the beginning of creation, and on the first day let the heavens and earth be made, and your word accomplish the deed. Then the Spirit was hovering, darkness was spread around, and there was silence. There was as yet no sound of a human voice. Then you commanded that a ray of light be brought forth from your treasuries, so that your works might be seen. All right, man. Okay, that was the first day, man, and that ray of light that was brought forth from his treasuries was his only begotten, his firstborn, man. You know, big brother, Mashiach Yahushai, man, he is the light in the word. Then on the second day you created the spirit of the firmament, and commanded that it divide and make a division between the waters, so that a certain part might recede upward and another part remain. Below on the third day you commanded the waters to be gathered together in a seventh part of the earth. That's when you have the seven seas, you know what I'm saying? Together in a seventh part of the earth, but you made 6 parts dry and preserved them, so that some of these might be sown and cultivated to be of service before you. Your word went forth, and the work was immediately accomplished. That's the continents, you know what I'm saying? There's like 6 continents, you know. Suddenly fruit blossomed in great abundance in an infinite variety of flavors and flowers, with matchless color and sense of unspeakable fragrance. These things were done on the third day. On the fourth day you commanded the sun's splendor to be made, the moon's light, and the arrangement of the stars. You commanded them to serve the human beings who was about to be formed. Alright, I'm gonna stop it there real quick, man. Yeah, man, we already know that's why in your quote they revere the fourth day, because on the fourth day, you know what I'm saying, the sun and the moon were created, and the stars, man, which were made to serve us. But like it seems like the left hand side has got it reversed, and they serve the heavenly bodies. But that's another subject, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I can make a whole 5, 10, 12 videos on that. So you commanded them to serve the human beings who was about to be formed. On the fifth day you commanded the seventh part, where the water was gathered, to produce animals, birds, and fish. The silent and lifeless water, as it was commanded, brought forth animals, so that people might recount your wonders. You kept, yeah, man, because we all, we all glorify the Creator for His creations. We trip out on animals and plants and all that. That's what it's saying. So that people might recount your wonders. You kept 2 living creatures in reserve. One you named Behemoth, and the second you named Leviathan. You separated them from each other, for the seventh part, where the water was gathered, couldn't contain them. You gave Behemoth 1 part of the land that had been dried on the third day, where there's 1,000 mountains, so that he might live there. To Leviathan you gave the watery 7th part. You kept them to be eaten by whomever you wish and whoever you wish. Okay, I'm gonna stop it there real quick, man. Behemoth. It's a lot of brothers, a lot of people believe that could be, the herbivore eating dinosaurs, who some people believe and think. I don't know. I can't vouch for that, but I wouldn't pass it by the Most High. There's some people believe that the certain dinosaurs, the behemoth, you know what I'm saying, the long neck one with the big old legs and tail. They might be like in certain terrains, underground, because the earth is hollow. You know what I'm saying. And kept away from wicked ass Esau. And Leviathan, we already know that he's like pretty much who they made Godzilla out of. He destroys ships and does all kind of crazy shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a fiery serpent that lives in the water. You know what I'm saying? Who they pretty much make Godzilla movies out of. Okay, so let's proceed, right? It says here that you gave water. Okay, Okay, now it says, on the 6th day you commanded the earth that it created before you cattle, beasts, and reptiles, and over these you set Adam the leader over all the things you made. See, so obviously, he named all these other things. So Leviathan and Behemoth, they're set apart, man. Even in Job it says that Behemoth and Leviathan were the first to know his ways. Just take note to that, man. Okay. Now it says here, yeah, that you set Adam the leader over all the things you have made. From him we, all the people you have chosen, have been brought forth. I have said all these things before you. Lord, because you have said that you created the oldest age for our sake. You have said that the other nations born of Adam are nothing, that they are like spit, and you have compared their abundance to a drop from a pitcher. But look now, Lord, these nations that are valued as nothing roll over us and devour us. While we, your people, whom you have called your oldest offspring, your one and only child, those who are zealous for you, your dearest ones, are handed over to them. If the world was created for our sake, why don't we possess our world as an inheritance? How long will this situation last? And that's the end of our second Esdras chapter 6. Now, chapter 7 is a long chapter, you know what I'm saying? And that's the answer to the Most High has for Esdras. He's complaining about, why Joshua, you know what I'm saying? His children are handed over to the wicked, to the Edomite. The scriptures tell you over and over again, man, the Israelites are his only people, man. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that he's going to destroy the whole world, man. You know what I'm saying? All these other nations, righteous people, they're going to go in captivity, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like we serve them, man. But I hope this was edifying, man. This chapter was deep, man. You know what I'm saying? And the next one was even deeper, man. But, it'll take a few days. The Most High be willing and providing to do that, man. I hope this was edifying. Like I said again, Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Glorify be the Wakakadash, Kwam Jashuala. Alright, family, man, have a prosperous upcoming week, Most High be winning. You know what I'm saying? Keep the Most High, you know what I'm saying? His law, statutes, commandments on your mind, man, because, it's a struggle, man, living in this fucking Babylonian bullshit. Shalom.